We welcome Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons. Director Lyons, thank you very much for being here. I am curious what goes through your mind as you watch these young people who are assaulting police officers in New York City. They've stolen many times. They've been taken into custody and just released back onto the streets to do it again.
Yeah, thanks, Martha, for having me. Yeah, it's, you hate to see that video, and, for law enforcement, it's heartbreaking to see those poor officers being attacked. But I'm happy that video is out there because this just shows why people need to work with ICE. This right here is a pure example of sanctuary city laws failing the people in New York City. Right then and there, with all the arrests that these juveniles had that they should have been arrested before, right? They should have been removed from the country, yet they're continuing to attack, law enforcement men and women that are out there every day. They're trying to rob old ladies in Times Square. They're not making New York what it used to be. No one wants to travel to Times Square. No one wants to deal with all the hassle. So sanctuary cities aren't making anyone safer. It's making communities worse. Yeah,
we hear Mayor Adams said, it's time for them to go. It's time for them to be taken out of the city. And yet you hear Chief Shell say that they are, their hands are tied on this issue. Why can't ICE come in here and do their job?
Well, Martha, you made a great point yesterday pointing out the fact that, TDA is a terrorist organization now. ICE is conducting counterterrorism operations. And Secretary Noem was in Chicago just today, highlighting just how sanctuary policies do not make us safer at all, right? When people don't cooperate with ICE, American citizens are at risk. Under Secretary Noem's leadership, under President Trump's administration, we are taking the streets back. ICE is going to go in. We're going to help those law enforcement officers, even when they're barred by working with us. But we're going to make sure that we're taking these criminal elements out of the neighborhoods.
Yeah, let's listen to Director Noem earlier today calling out Governor Pritzker and his immigration policies. Watch.
This governor has bragged about Illinois being a firewall against President Trump's immigration enforcement agenda. And it is very clear that he is violating the Constitution of the United States because it is a federal law that the federal government and the president set and enforce immigration policies.
How difficult does that make your job?
100%, Martha. We're so appreciative for Secretary Noem and her leadership because the men and women of ICE feel like they have the leadership they need, right? Literally, the handcuffs have been taken off of ICE now. We can go out there and enforce the immigration law. We can be that law enforcement partner to a lot of these jurisdictions that are, for better or worse, been taken over by these criminal elements. So we're going to support men and women in law enforcement. We're going to go out and take these public safety threats out of the communities. Well, when people like the governor of Illinois bar law enforcement from working with another law enforcement agency, it just absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah.
Sanctuary laws just make it so hard for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's stunning to me. Chief Shell said yesterday, well, those kids, we arrest them and then we bring them in and then they go back to the hotel that is taxpayer funded to go back and spend the night. So something's messed up there. Todd Lyons, thank you very much. ICE Director, look forward to talking with you as this story moves forward. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Martha. Appreciate it.